So we have to do this work inwardly, then we find community, and then we go into this world, this amazing universe that is made up of all of us of all colors, shapes, sizes, races, religions. And we do what is on someone's t-shirt. We create the beloved community. What is that really? Martin Luther King popularized the phrase, but in truth it was created in the late 1800s by a man named Josiah Royce. He was what I call an ethical Christian who believed Christianity was meant to create a human community that loved each other. And each unique individual had infinite worth. So Martin Luther King Jr. popularized that phrase in many of his talks. But you know what's really cool about Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement was it wasn't just a faith-based movement of Martin Luther King and civil rights and social rights. It was a uniquely spiritual journey. Some of you may not know it had input from many different angles. Then Martin Luther King had a very good buddy, a good friend named Thich Nhat Hanh. Yeah, the Zen Buddhist monk who is a proponent and a global speaker of peace. Yeah, you see, the civil rights movement isn't just about civil rights, it's about human evolution. All spiritual journey leads us back to this type of integration of faith-based, reality-based, social, economic-based, but deeply inside it's a spiritual journey that we're on. I want to read what Martin Luther King said. There is another element that must be present in our struggle that then makes our resistance and nonviolence truly meaningful. It gives us the reason. That element is reconciliation. The word reconciliation means again, with. C-O-N means with. To create withness again. To reconcile. Our ultimate end must be the creation of the beloved community. Globally, he had a vision for this earth in the South, and the challenge of racism, but as a planet, as a species. And then I want to read what Thich Nhat Hanh said. I remember that last time I met Dr. King. And we spoke about community building. Unfortunately, King was killed not long after that, and I vowed to myself that even in exile, I would redouble my efforts and put all my energy into the practice of building the beloved community that we had discussed together. You see, this work that we're doing at Bodhi isn't just about our personal lives. Yes, it is about that. How do you deal with your family, your loved ones, rent, work, associates, aging, dying? How do we deal with all that? But I just want to say right now that this gathering is not about us just individually. It's about a species of humanity evolving and rising in consciousness. That's our work. And it takes place individually. This is the magic of how this was all built. We have to do the work, and as we do it, humanity's happening. We are humanity. It doesn't exist out there. It does in a way, but you are it. So if you evolve personally, the species just evolved. You see, so this is not easy because the world is just full of so much pain. But I want to say something, and I can't not say it. There are billions, sound like, what's his name from the program? Billions and billions of, I don't know. Some of you don't know and still wondering, I can tell by your face. Not Twilight Zone. Cosmos, the guy who used to do Cosmos. Hey, Carl Sagan, there are billions and billions of stars out there. There are billions and billions and billions and billions of human beings, members of this species, who know how to love. See, we're tricked, seduced by media and by this perpetuation of the lie of separation and hatred and fear. See, we're seduced. I am too. I mean, I watched some of those images of some of the faces down in Charlottesville, the men carrying torches and screaming, and the vitriol and rage and, I have to say, agony in their faces. You know, the agony is they're lost. They're afraid. They're deathly afraid of life and others. That to me is agony. So, and they project that into the world, creating violence, unfortunately. And so our job is to do the inner work, find others to work with. That's number 2. Number 3 is expand into the community of life, of the world, institutions, nonprofits, work here at Bodhi, going into the community of Chicago and beyond. Those are the 3 steps. And it's not easy, and we are being seduced and oftentimes pulled, enticed to go back into these emotions that we all carry. All of us do, by the way. There's no one that doesn't. Our job is to notice them before they take action and hurt ourselves and others.